I got the idea of trying to break a code, crack a code, decipher a cipher. And then I looked down, and I think it was last night, no, it was the night before, I had to learn Japanese. And I was listening to a tape where you repeat, you know, somebody says the phrase and you're supposed to repeat it back. And there were people kind of grading my performance. And I knew I just was totally lost. You know, they'd say the phrase, the recording was so fast. You know, they weren't breaking it down slowly, so it was just like trying to speak Japanese. And they were saying, yeah, you're doing really well. Well, I didn't feel like I was doing well. So it's something about trying to speak a foreign language and you know you can't do it. You're trying to crack the code. Trying to break the code. What does that mean? Well, it looks like you give up. Not give up, just, you know, I can't find love here. I'm going in search of that. You know, and leaving behind this Ace of Cups. I think it's sort of like, if I'm left to decode how you feel, I don't belong here. Because there's an obstacle to my understanding what's going on with you. Six of Pentacles. Maybe moving on to a relationship where both parties give of themselves. In 3D, you're not left trying to guess what the other person feels. Rue's sitting in the sink. She plugs the drain and gets sopping wet. So she'll come in and visit us. King of Swords is looking away from that mutual exchange. King of Swords is smart, but they're not known for their ease in communication. Because they stand back, they pull out of the situation. So it's sort of like we've got two energies of pulling back. You know, he's not, he, she, they, not looking at this person. And it's a little bit like I won't even look at, wanting communication, but not being able to, they're speaking a foreign language in a way. They're speaking in coded language. Because swords can speak to speech and clarity. And King of Swords has an understanding of it, but for some reason isn't talking to this person even as they walk away. I'm a little confused by the Six of Pentacles right in the middle, because it would seem to imply, well, both of them are turning their back on it. I don't know what you feel, says the Cups person. And this is sort of like, I'm not telling. I'm keeping it to myself. I'm keeping the cards close to my chest, so I don't see how this is possible. I think this has been going on for a long time. And there was a potential for this. But somebody, like, not only held the cards close to their chest, King of Swords, they actually expected this Eight of Cups person to be able to decode, like, I shouldn't have to talk to you for you to do the Six of, I want to share something substantial with you, but I'll look away, I'll pull back, and I won't talk. About my feelings. Oh, wow. Bottom of the deck, Star card. And air energy, like King of Swords. Under Eight of Cups, Three of Swords. There was heartbreak here. There was lack of communication that caused a separation and left somebody just howling, like howling in the wind. Because this person walked away. And kind of took love with them. So under Six of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, a lot to give. Grounded, is going to give of themselves. But if somebody doesn't give back, Queen of Pentacles does not deplete her resources, herself, isn't going to give endlessly. See, there's this figure 8 there. Isn't going to give endlessly to somebody who's going to hold back, not give back, be cold, be analytical, withdrawn, really even introverted. So this King of Swords really misses, really misses Queen of Pentacles and is in a kind of despair in this blasted landscape that they've created by not communicating. And maybe they felt like whatever they were going through was too painful. Like they couldn't do this because they couldn't show their true selves. Because they felt broken. It's broken, the heart with all the fissures, with all the cracks. Crack the code. It's sword energy. Crack the code. And now Queen of Pentacles is looking away from the Three of Swords. It's like, I don't have time for this Pentacles energy. I'm not going to invest with somebody who can't even talk to me about what they feel. And it may have left Queen of Pentacles in this, it was too painful to try to crack the code of what they feel, this broken heart. But under King, is this at 1, 2? Okay, under King of Swords, the Star card, card of Aquarius. Sword energy. But I think it's Queen of Pentacles looking for healed sword energy. This star is about healing and guidance from a higher perspective. And this one is maintaining a connection with the guides. And I think the guides are telling her, this isn't worth your time or effort. They're not there for you. It's sort of like, turn your attention, Queen of Pentacles, to your own healing, to your own knowledge of where you're supposed to go. Where you're supposed to go. And moving away from this. Okay, on Three of Swords, Knight of Wands. I think that this person ran away. They knew they'd hurt Queen of Pentacles. And they were really immature, and they didn't know how to talk about their pain or the other person's pain. There was an expectation of being present and authentic. And they're like, who, me? It's a little bit too, like, eat my dust. If you walk away because I won't tell you how I feel, I will absolutely gallop off in this very immature, I just want to be happy. I don't want to talk about pain. I just want to, follow my... I don't think it's intuitive. It's like I want to dance to the beat of my own drum or something like that. And I'm like feeling eye-rolly at this person, and I think so is Queen of Pentacles, but she's not investing anymore in somebody who wants her to crack the code and is breaking her heart in the process. She's just moving on with her life, his, her, their life. And the guides are telling her to do this. She can hear that. In a way, the guides are helping her crack the code. On Star card, yeah, Judgment. The guides are leading Queen of Pentacles toward the new beginning, the new life. Some relationship, Cups energy, where you're allowed to talk about your feelings. I think this one just wanted to talk. Might have communicated, but in some kind of shallow way, even though they had the capacity for understanding what was going on. They didn't want to look at it. They might have wanted to compartmentalize. And I think Queen of Pentacles is letting go of the pain, is letting them go off. Go ahead, gallop away. Because again, we have this, both parties moving away from each other. This is kind of, I'm seeing it as I want to do what I want to do. Wands energy. And I want to be frisky. I want to be unreliable. Knight of Wands is known for going in and out. And what she's looking for, he, she, they, is somebody as authentic as she is. Like, show me yourself. Show me your cards. I don't even know who you are. And I can't stand it anymore. It hurts. And maybe this one didn't want to talk about some kind of third-party situation. Three of Swords. Doesn't have to be, doesn't have to be a situation of like lying about or carrying on with somebody else when you're in a relationship already. It could be that, because this one is sort of like, I'll follow my instinct about, I'll sniff out a passionate person who doesn't really care, who matches me in this sort of now I'm here, now I'm gone energy. Well, they got their wish. And I think in the process, King of Swords may have realized, sword energy, that they walked away from something that somebody they loved. They felt they couldn't give enough, so they just walked away. I think both parties walked away. Okay, so there's lovely, the Judgment card on Star. It's a second chance at healing, clarity, the ability to find the right path. To walk toward light. And again, King of Swords may have said, I don't want the Ace of Cups. It makes me feel too vulnerable. And to exchange, to enter into this equal exchange, because Queen of Pentacles would show herself, not playing the cards close to the chest. If she cares about somebody, she's present. You know, and will kind of reveal herself. And that's what this King of Swords didn't want to do. Turned his back on love. Janis Joplin's song, Don't You Turn Your Back on Love. That's what they did. High Priestess, Divine Feminine. They knew, Sword Energy, that this was their person. High Priestess. Highly intuitive. They knew it. Their intuition told them, this is the one. This Divine Feminine who's walking away from you. And I think they felt like, I mean, because this is high intuitive knowledge. Listening to the guides, receiving the messages. And I think it may also be Queen of Pentacles held on as long as she could to the belief, Sword Energy, that this person, if she waited long enough, you know, just stayed in place, was understanding, was accommodating, that they would talk to her. Talk to them, whoever they were. But like it's the call to new life, sent her in a healing direction. And I think it was away from this person who wouldn't talk. Ace of Wands. Well, this is that intuitive hit. That's the ability to see with the third eye, as a High Priestess would do. But she can do it, the ace, the personal. She can't tell this other, so in a way, now King of Swords has to crack her code, because this kind of spiritual knowledge can't be explained or delivered. Each person has to discover it for themselves. King of Swords has to tap into their own intuition. You know, and it's not this kind of Wands energy. They might be trying to find it, but they're confused and scattered and immature. I think they've been hurt before, so their impulse, Wands energy, their impulse is to run away from anything that has you in the potential for pain. You know, and if you love somebody, there's a potential for pain. It goes with the, it's like a occupational hazard in a way. It's on Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. That's somebody who's really remembering maybe how much they hurt. That's that King of Swords energy. They hurt somebody. They know it's sword energy. And it really has them up in their head and deeply disturbed. Like they can't sleep. They know what they've done. They turn their back on love. Tell me about this Six of Pentacles. And I think the Queen of Pentacles may have spent a long time trying to get something back from this person. A lot of time, a lot of energy, trying to crack the code. Death and Rebirth card. Going on to the new Vesta. Ending a cycle and beginning something new and different. In water energy. I think the Queen of Pentacles is moving on because somebody couldn't talk about their feelings. And I think there was great potential here, potential energy, Pentacles. You know, the potential for investment, the potential for exchange. And King of Swords turned his back. He didn't want to talk about it. So either King of Swords has undergone this transformation, you know, is kind of maybe wants to start again brand new with a new direction because they've gotten an intuitive hit about where to go, one's energy. This King of Swords may want to go after the Divine Feminine. And, you know, it's interesting because really they're not talking anymore, Divine Feminine. They're kind of keeping their own counsel, their own secrets about the effect that this person had on them, which was not good. 9 of Swords, 3 of Swords, that's not fun energy. But there is this card of Aquarius. They might have healed, King of Swords, but they're just at the beginning of self-discovery, the Ace. They've not been used to tapping into their intuition, and maybe with all this pressure on them to share what they know, to share who they are, they turned away because they had some self-discovery to do. Aces speak to the self. You know, trying to intuit, what is my vision? High Priestess has the open, closed eyes, you know, seeing through the veil, seeing through the eyelids, seeing into a situation. And I remember I said something about, well, I meant to, you know, you got mixed messages, so you had to try to crack the code on your own. Eventually you gave up and walked away. And the other part of what came to me was, you're not wrong. So there's this big emotional Scorpio energy, water sign, transformation. And I think this king may be wanting to go after Divine Feminine. They might not know where he, she, they went, but they know it was because they couldn't reciprocate. So they had to focus on their own inner knowing, that third eye, because they can see this. They can feel it. They can intuit it. If the Divine Feminine hasn't already walked away, King of Swords has figured out, I didn't communicate. I didn't talk about what I felt. So now I can see her. I have a vision of her walking away. I needed to change death and rebirth. I needed to change on an emotional level. Water sign, Scorpio. I think this person may be trying to make a U-turn. Is it a U-turn? Okay. I just got it. They're in the process of healing, sword energy. They've retreated back into the nest. And there's a heart there that is attached to them. You know, they don't want to cut the cord. Sword energy healing. sword energy healing, having found some sort of map or overview, they can see now what their coldness and their lack of communication did. But they may not have understood themselves. How can you talk about something you don't understand yourself? So this person had to really turn inside to try to figure out, what have I done, Wands energy? Wands are about doing something. They didn't take action, they didn't talk. And again, a card of removal, Four of Swords. You know, I had to heal my ability to communicate. I had to heal my ability to understand what I'd done. I ran away from pain. And it didn't decrease my pain. It increased it. Because now I know what I did. I know it's sword energy. So they retreat some more, but this time it's to heal the lack of communication, the lack of understanding. Five of Swords. Again, in sword energy, they're trying to heal this broken connection that, you know, they didn't get it. And perhaps they couldn't translate her code. They were like clueless somehow. You know, it hurt them to try to talk. The fact that they didn't understand themselves was painful. And the guides are trying to get through. These crows, these messenger birds are trying to get through. And this person's like, you're speaking Japanese. I can't crack your code. This thing about feelings, it calls for a complete transformation of how I engage Six of Pentacles in 3D. Fives, call for change. Call for change. Dramatic change on the emotional level. And this person was like, how do I do that? Huh? I don't know. I don't even know myself what I'm talking about. You know, I can't hear you. This is Japanese to me. Oh, man. Ten of Cups. What they knew was this was their Ten of Cups relationship. It had this much potential. You know, in Cups energy, I'd have to die and be reborn again to get the second chance, to get the forgiveness. This is somebody in traditional Rider-Waite coming out of the coffin. And I think their higher power, in the form of this star energy, was trying to lead them in the direction of healing. So that's what they're trying to do. And Four of Swords is usually a respite. It's not a permanent situation. But it's something, I mean, like this one, it's no talk. And I'm hearing no talk, no touch, no, you know, the dog whisper. Again, this, trying to translate, trying to speak the language of the scared animal. And I think Queen of Pentacles tried to do that, tried to ground this person, tried to talk, and it just completely freaked them out. They couldn't talk. King of Swords couldn't talk. He didn't know how to translate, he, she, they, what they felt. They didn't even understand how to talk about their feelings with somebody they felt so much for, and that might be the ticket. They felt so much for this Queen of Pentacles person. They were tongue-tied. They thought they'd blow it because they were bringing a whole lot of emotional baggage and a whole lot of pain. They'd been hurt before, so they were shy. In the sense of like the horse that shies, I'm afraid, I'm just going to gallop away. And now they get it, the pain that they caused. They have a desire, one's energy, to heal. But they realize, you know, number one on that list of triage of this hurt is I've got to heal myself. Self-discovery. And I've got to communicate. And right now, I can't. Even though you mean this much to me, I can't tell you about it. Is this it? Why can't they tell about it? Well, they're in a kind of retreat. And it may be that they find this Queen of Pentacles person who might be a Virgo inaccessible. They might think, sword energy, that this Queen of Pentacles person knows themselves. Highly spiritual. You're so high above me. You're so high. You know, and I think that they recognize they'd have to do this themselves. They'd have to figure themselves out. They'd have to go where love is. They'd have to plumb the depths of their own feelings and transform. And that's a big ask. And I think their divine feminine is in no talking mode now, too. And so's the other person, because they're in a retreat, Four of Swords, where they're trying to heal. Virgo is an energy of the healer, of this, somebody who has healed their own spiritual pain through introspection. They've taken a long look at themselves. The 9 card, the personal. And I think this person doesn't believe they could do that. They don't think they could do that. And this is this is the ask. You know, figure it out for yourself. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I'm just going to walk away because you wouldn't tell me how you felt. So it's a hands-off energy. On Hermit, Justice, Sword energy again. Somebody's in search of mental stability, you know, mental equilibrium. And it is sort of a call to know thyself, because this person's looking at their reflection. It's a card of decision, you know, based on what's clear and fair. This is also a card of decision, a judgment call. I'm going for new life. You know, I'm going to rise up. I'm not. I don't think Queen of Pentacles is waiting for this person. She waiting? Is he, she, they waiting? King of Pentacles. I think Queen of Pentacles wants somebody who matches her authenticity, her ability to stay. You know, stay. This person didn't stay. They were very immature. They were in and out. They didn't want to look at their own pain. They didn't want to talk about it. And that you know, that refusal, because it's like a refusal to talk. Hurt her and hurt them, because this was a 10 of Cups, potentially. I think this Queen of Pentacles, perhaps a Virgo, wants clarity in this relationship, wants somebody who's present and real and authentic, who can talk about the relationship because they've done the deep dive for themselves. And it sort of suggests that this King of Swords may have done that. Oh, Manischewitz, is this that King of Swords person? Or is this Queen of Pentacles going in search of what they know on the deepest core level? You know, any relationship, somebody needs to show up and be present and match her clarity and her idea of fairness in a relationship. And sort of ironically, it entails a going inside to know yourself, your authentic self. Nine of Cups. From the Eight of Cups to the Nine of Cups. I mean, this would make, I think, both parties very happy. And that might be the, you know, the sign that this is healed. Yeah, I'm still not sure. Is she still trying to crack the code? Page of Wands. Well, that's a new beginning. That's discovering a path. That's building up momentum to move. Wands energy. But see how this person's sort of winding up, like winding up the spring so that they can move forward toward happiness. Come out of hiding, basically, this Hermit energy. You know, I think that the path is being, there's an intention to walk the path, one's energy, you know, to go in that direction. One more, please. Again, the emotional deep dive. To get over the fear of that, right? There's been a mental agony, you know, what have I done? What can I do? All these questions that keep this person up at night. And it entails movement, Page of Wands, into the unconscious, to plumb the depths, to move forward, maybe despite the fear. Because moon card can be fear. But here we are on the new moon. I'm sorry, on the full moon. Beginning a path. And it's release. Page of Wands energy. Page of Wands moon. Because full moons are about what do we let go of. Full moon in Cancer. Water energy. Maybe these two really aren't a match. And this may be the U-turn. Tower. Again, a card of Scorpio as I read it. Well, they're moving forward because something in their lives has collapsed. Something that was too small. You know, they were playing small. Because in any authentic relationship, you've got to be able to exchange and talk. It's not like it has to be all talk, but there has to be some talk. You're leaving somebody in the dark while you know, to crack the code. But there's great happiness here. There's a release of joy. There's following what you love. Maybe on the full moon, or it might be on the full moon that in order to be happy, somebody's had to release the person that they were trying to chase down. You know, one of the things I thought as I got the message to crack the code was that the code might be that in the absence of any answer, you get a kind of mixed message. So you're trying to intuit what's going on with this other person when they don't talk. But it's like every time you start to home in on it and almost understand what they're saying, the lines go, the lines of communication go. And maybe it was an intent to confuse, because they would have had to talk about something that collapsed in their life. Maybe a previous relationship or circumstance. And they would have had to plumb the depths of what is it that I do feel about this relationship. They got a lot of explaining to do. And this is also emotions that can't be contained. I mean, out they come. You know, trying to hold back doesn't work, didn't work. So I think they really thought about with certain clarity, because they went inside. They used the time, Pentacles energy, well, to go inside and try to discover, who am I? The 9 card. You know, I want to emulate this Virgo, but I have to discover who I am and where I'm supposed to go. And the answer is pretty much go inside. Feel what you feel. Figure it out. Plumb the unconscious. And moon can be fear. And there it is, full moon. So it's releasing a fear of emotion. But they have to do it for themselves. It's like their intent has to be true to themselves, sword energy. You know, you want to get here. You want to change on an emotional level. And I think once they begin to plumb the depths of what they feel, it changes everything. And they have to be willing for this emotional upheaval. They have to crack their own bloody code. You know, they have to understand it first and learn how to speak the language. And it really scares them. And I think it's a path they need to walk, which is also self-forgiveness. Because this is a card of forgiveness, to choose to forgive themselves. That's what the guides are telling them. Don't be afraid to forgive yourself for the fact that you couldn't decode your own brain. Maybe you can now. 5 of Swords to the 10 of Cups. If you can accomplish this change called for by 5 of Swords. If you can intentionally try to heal Four of Swords to the Five of Swords, your inability to communicate. This is possible, but that's the ask. We have on the board Scorpio in the Death Rebirth card, Virgo in the Hermit, Cancer and Libra in Pisces, Libra again in the Justice card, Cancer again in the Moon card, and the card of New Life, and Aquarius, card of healing and knowing. Know thyself, and then, try to catch up. I think they're working on their transformation and their healing, and they're not quite there yet. They're scared, Nine of Swords, they won't be able to accomplish this U-turn. But I think maybe they can. Nine of Cups, Nine of Swords is 18, is Moon card. This card of plumbing the unconscious. But when they do, it's like it all comes out at once. From analytical to just kind of overwhelmed by the power of their feelings. There's a lot at stake here. 10 of Cups. Can you get out of your head and into your heart? That's the ask. Hey, I wanted to thank new members. We've had an uptick in members, and that always cheers me up. And yes, hail subscribers, and all y'all who are just viewing. If you want to subscribe, it's free. If you want to join, it's I think it's $5 a month. It gets you a few extra readings, and it helps grow the channel. I'm here trying to translate, Japanese through tarot into something blah, blah, blah. And the more people who step on board with that, the clearer the messages are. Because the guides are really trying to come through, and I'm trying to translate. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.